Let's take a look at the 8th verse where it says, Ruth claimed Boaz as kinsman. It says, and it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. Oh, wow. And he said, who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. And he said, blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, insomuch as thou followest not young men, neither poor or rich. So in other words, what he was saying, you ain't going after no young man or no rich man, or you're showing so much kindness that he was taken by her kindness. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doeth know that thou art a virtuous woman. She was a good woman. And just like she was a good woman, there's good men too. She was a virtuous woman. And when he said something about spread that skirt, it was a symbolic pledge of marriage. Spread thy skirt over thine handmaid is a symbolic pledge of marriage. Wow. It is reflects as a custom. Let me read this thing. It spread therefore the skirt over thine handmaid, even to this present day. The Hebrews Jews do that. They spread, in other words, spread thy wing, even to this present day. When a Jew marries a woman, he throws the skirt or the end of his talith, and he does that to signify that he has taken her under his wing for protection. A talith is a fringed garment traditionally worn as a prayer shawl by religious Jews. I've seen my late pastor Isaac Jones wear one, and a lot of other clergymen. So look at God. Not only did this man want to marry her, he wants to protect her. He loved this woman. So, ladies, we can find, in my words, the perfect good man for us. Because God got one. God got a man that will stand up for us, fight for us, protect us. That's what we want. We don't want a pretty boy Floyd, because I'm going to tell you something about them pretty boys. You don't know what they doing when they leave out their door. They say they going to work, but shoot, after a while, them hours started getting later and later and later. Ain't no telling what they might be doing. Look out now. You might get a pretty boy Floyd, mess up everything. So anyway, I'm just so happy. So she was a virtuous woman. This woman gave up everything. She deserved a good man. She really did. So and she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Keep your mouth closed. Shh. Don't tell everything. Shh. Be quiet. Also, he said, bring the veil that thou hast opened thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley. Look at this man. She found favor in his heart and in his sight, and laid it on her, and she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she didn't forsake her mother-in-law. She said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And it's okay to tell your mother-in-law, because she's going to be in the wedding. She told her what to do. She set her up with some good advice. Take instructions. Sometimes it's okay to take instructions for somebody who got some good common sense. Don't take instructions from just anybody. You better find somebody that you can talk to that ain't going to spread your business. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me. For he said to me, go not empty until thy mother-in-law. He even loved her mother. They were some kin. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. In other words, girl, don't worry about him. You got that. He loves you. He cares for you. Think about it. Think about it. So she marries him. Finally, there was a wedding. She marries him. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come unto thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephraim. and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thine house be like the house of Pharez, which Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And that created a generation. And the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the woman said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, which have not left thee this day without a kinsman. And his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life. Look at God. He can restore your life back. And a nourisher of thine old age. For thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him. Look at God. God is restoring Naomi's life to her. She thought she was going to go back to her country and just drop dead, just enjoy some of the, the famine was over, just enjoy a little bit. But she had already prepared herself. She said, I'm bitter. Don't call me Naomi. Call me Mara, because God had dealt bitterly with me. But God did not do bitterly to her. Things happen, like I said earlier. Things happen. We just have to accept the bad from God. Can we not accept good, like Job said, and then accept bad too? We have to think about that. Think about it. Sometimes good is going to come, and sometimes bad. Sometimes it's a test to see if you're going to give up on God, or you're going to throw in the towel, or you're going to lose hope. But see, God do things that we be edified. It rains, it thunders, it lightnings, it snows. We have all the 4 seasons. And in the summertime, it's hot. God, I don't like hot weather, but I have to deal with it. Sometimes it'd be really hot. Wintertime, we get cold. We put on heavy jackets and coats and hats and gloves. We got to deal with the seasons. Our life is like seasons. Let's deal with it. And then springtime come, the leaves get so pretty. It's like God took a paintbrush and like he's painting each leaf on the tree. He gives us artwork. Look at God. He's an artist too. And then we got winter, summer. I said it was hot. We got winter, then fall. We have all these 4 seasons. And that's how our life is. It's seasons. We go through. It says it's a time and a season for all things, Ecclesiasticus 3:1. We're going to go through some good times, and we're going to go through some bad times. It's a time to be happy, and it's a time to cry. It's a time to be born, and it's a time to die. It's a time to rid, and it's a time to sow. It's a time to go through heartache. It's a time to wait on God. According to Isaiah 40:31, but they that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength. Spread your skirt over me, God. Spread your wings over me, God. Cover me, God, in whatever season I'm in, that you will bless me, oh God. Bless me, oh God, in my harvest time, that you will gather barley for whatever situation I'm going through, whatever situation you're going to. Our God wants us to look to him, not to man. He knows you brothers need a good woman, and he knows you women need a good man. God's going to take care of us. He's going to take care of us. He's going to take care of us. If we look to him, if we keep those commandments, even when we're trying, he's going to bless us. He said, I reign on the just as well as the unjust. We can't tell God how to do his job. He sees each and every one. Like I said, we like little ants down here. He sees us, and he's going to bless us. He knows whether we stand in the need of a car, a house, whatever we stand in need of. We stand in need of a babysitter, a good babysitter for our children. I don't care if we got 2 children or 1 children or 7 kids or 8. God is the one who's the author and the finisher of our faith. He's going to provide us with everything we need. Look at the story of Job. He blessed that man. Job's latter end was better than his beginning. So is there a perfect God? No. Those things are just on TV. That's all they are. They're just for us to look at. Some of them we can relate to, though. Some of them we can relate to. Let me go ahead and read this again. The 16th verse says, and Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom and became nurse unto it. She was the nurse of her own grandson. That was her grandson. And she nursed it. No, she didn't breastfeed it. She nursed it. She took care of it. She was the babysitter, and she was his grandmother. God blessed that woman. He truly, truly blessed her. And so out of that, and the women her neighbors gave it a name, saying, "There is a son born to Naomi." And they called his name Obed. Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Look at God. Now, these are the generations of Phares. Phares beget Hezron, and Hezron beget Ram, and Ram beget Amminadab, and Amminadab beget Nahshon, and Nahshon beget Salmon, and Salmon beget Boaz, and Boaz beget Obed, and Obed beget Jesse, and Jesse beget David, and we got Jesus. Look at God. God knows what he's doing. God knows what he's doing. Ladies, I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all again. They're not good men out here, but there are plenty of good men. There's not a lot of good men, but guess what? God can take those with a cold heart and turn them into good men. He can turn the stone hearts. He can fix them up. He can bring them in. He can bring them in. And he's waiting to do that. But he's waiting on us too. We got to get it together, ladies. God got our Boaz. I used to hear, God bless her, Pastor Doris Faye Bullock. She said, "I'm waiting for my Boaz." You know what? Those that are single, our Boaz right now is Jesus Christ. Single men, your Boaz is Jesus Christ. Wait on God. Be of good courage. Don't faint. And young sisters that never been married, God got y'all. Believe that. Believe what I'm saying. And you'll be happy. You'll have a big old smile on your face. You won't want for anything, because that man God will use him to provide for you. He knows what you stand in need of. And he will bless your mother to hold her son, her grandson, in her arms. I know, because I have a grandson. His middle name is Titus. But I love my grandson. I never birthed a son, but I love him. And I thank God for my daughter, for blessing me, her and her husband, with a son. I have a granddaughter too, and I thank God for my little granddaughter. I love her. But the moral of this story is, let's not depend on these things on TV. We are facing real life. They're actors. And as I said earlier, Jada Pinkett Smith, her husband, Will Smith, her mother, and her daughter, Willow, they all at the round table. God got us at the round red table too. And he sees our life, and he wants to bless us. So guess what? There's no perfect man out here, but there's good guys. And there's guys that God got waiting for you. These guys, like I said earlier, got houses to put us in. They got cars that we can drive. They just waiting for their Queen Esther. They're waiting for their Queen Ruth. They're waiting for their Queen Sarah. They're waiting for all kinds of names of women. Linda, Cheryl, Sally, Patricia. I'm just thinking of names that's coming off the top of my head. Queens, though. We are Megan, Mary, Vanessa, Angela. There's a Mildred. I'm a Mildred. There's plenty of Mildreds out here. I love that name, Mildred. God got some brothers that's waiting for their beautiful queen. We got Billy. We got Bob. We got Joseph. We got Aaron. We got Michael. We got Paul. We got Steve. We got Gerald. We got all kinds of names. Harold. We got, God, so many names. We got Alvins. We got Aaron's. I said that one. We got so many names. I'm just trying not to repeat myself, but it's so many names. It's names I can't even pronounce. God is waiting. We got Timothy's. And we got BJ's, some nicknames. I'm going to throw some nicknames in there now. We got Samuel's. These are kings. We got Darrell. We got David. We got Anthony. We got all kinds of names. I am waiting for my Boaz. His name might not be Boaz, but he's going to have a Boaz spirit. And I thank God for the time. I thank God for you and you. I thank God for how God is blessing me to come up here to just enjoy talking to each and every one of you. My heart is still filled with so much joy. I love doing this. I thank God for putting this in my spirit, that I can talk to you all out there on YouTube. I'm just here to spread the gospel. The gospel. I'm just here to spread the gospel. Jesus told his disciples, go out 2 by 2, spread the gospel. We don't want to just go to heaven with just a few people. We don't want to be like cult type where nobody can come in, because heaven is not a cult. Heaven is a place where we all can be happy and enjoy ourselves. There was